Hey guys, welcome to the practice. Here are 3 poses you can do every single day. And pro tip, if you want to speed this up, you can watch this on 1.5, maybe 2x speed. That'll get you through it a little bit faster. Also, these blocks. I got these handy blocks, which are great to have. They make poses more accessible, just make it a little bit easier to get from one position to the next. Also, a blanket. You can have a blanket or a towel to put under the knees for a little extra comfort. All right, so starting at the top of the mat, we'll stand up nice and tall. We'll bring the hands to the hips. Let's go ahead and step this right foot back. We'll come into a low lunge, dropping the back knee to the ground. If you'd like to take this towel or blanket under the knee, go for it. Now you can keep this back heel lifted. That'll make the pose a little bit more stable, or you can bring the top of the foot on the ground. Push this front foot down so the knee's in line with the ankle, in line with the second toe. Hips are squared forward. So bring the hands to the hips. Now relax the belly, relax the rib cage, relax the lower back. Find a neutral position in the pelvis. Good, now keeping this length, we'll take an inhale breath, reach the arms up, find extension through the fingers. On the exhale, you can drop the hips towards the front heel, finding more depth. The inhale, we lift, we lengthen, breathing from the belly all the way up to the chest. Exhale, keep the length, find more depth. Good, take a few more breaths here. So that inhale, we're breathing in through the nose, through the rib cage. Nice smooth exhale out the nose. And it's really important to work the breath in each pose. So as we come into the pose, we take these full breaths. And each pose is going to offer a unique experience to the breath. So as we breathe, we lift and we lengthen, we keep that length. And exhale, we find more depth. We got the Marzi cat chilling right here. That's cool. Good. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Now, at any time, guys, you can always bring the hands to the hips. Just keep the alignment in the pose. So if you need a break, relax the shoulders if you need. It's all good. We'll come into the half split. Let's start to straighten out this front leg. Hands could come to the ground. Good time for these blocks. If you need these blocks, start to flex the toes towards you. What's up, Mars? All right, so as we're in our half split, toes are flexed towards us, and we try to rotate this left outer hip back and down and reach the crown of the head forward. Take an inhale, come up a little bit, try to flatten the back. On the exhale, keep the length, find a little bit more depth. Now these are stretches I do every single day, so if you like this routine, this is getting you ready for the day, getting the body, breath, and mind all in alignment. Inhale, exhale. Relaxing the shoulders back and down, keeping the neck long. Good, and it says gentle movement, so as you inhale, you find some length. You might rise up a little bit. Exhale, you can sink a little deeper. Just try to keep that length in the spine. Good, now we'll come back up. We'll shorten our stance a little bit. We'll take the inhale, arms will reach up, and we'll come into the twist. Hands could come to the heart, rotate over towards the left, bring the elbow outside of the knee. Now make sure that front knee doesn't start to dive inward. So push it firmly into the ground, gently squeeze the inner thighs together, start to look up and back. Now you're pushing the palms towards the center of the chest, finding the depth that works for you. Don't forget about this back foot, right? See if you can push that back foot down, stabilize the lower half. Inhale, exhale. Now you'll notice in a twist, sometimes you don't have the full capacity of the lungs, right? So it's all good. Breathe into the space you have. If you got to bring the breath into the upper chest, into the rib cage, that is fine. Just keep it smooth, keep it light, keep it flowing. Good. Go ahead, unwind. Hands will come back to the hips. Take an inhale, reach the arms up. Good. On the exhale, hands to the ground. Lift this back leg up, then we'll step this foot up, come into a forward fold. And relax here for a moment, bringing the feet hip distance. Grab opposite elbows, sway left to right. Relax the neck, relax the head. Hang loose here. Nice bend into the knees. You can rest the torso on top of the thighs.
Looks like Mars is finding his seat. You're gonna have to move here soon, kitty. All right, release the hands down. Bend the knees, drop the hips down, then take an inhale, reach the arms up. Good. On the exhale, hands come into the chest. Hands come alongside the body. Let's go ahead and step this left foot back. Hands to the hips, back knee comes to the ground. Good. Now set yourself up to the position, knee over the ankle, in line with the second toe. You can always walk this front foot towards the edge of the mat if you need some space in the hips. Right? So important to find the alignment, right? As we come into the pose, we find the alignment, find the posture, and then we start to refine from there. Hips and shoulders square forward. How to relax this right outer hip down. Relax the belly, the rib cage. Good. Neutral position in the pelvis. The inhale reaches the arms up. Keep the length. On the exhale, drop the hips towards the front heel. Breathe here. Inhale. Exhale. Starting to focus the mind on the breath, on the feelings in the body as you stretch and move. So dynamic practice. We're working the body, we're working the breath, and we're working our mind. The inhale, we lengthen, reaching through the fingers. Exhale, drop the hips towards that front heel. And the breath, breathing in and out through the nose, into the belly, through the rib cage, all the way up to the chest. Nice work, guys. It's also a fun practice, so it's a challenge. If we ever get lost in thought or we forget about the breathing, it's all good. Give yourself a smile. Just come back to the present moment, come back to the breath, back to the feeling in the body as you stretch and move. Good. On the exhale, we'll bring the hands to the ground. We'll come into that half split. Again, use these blocks if you'd like. Straighten out the front leg. And then you can lift this front foot, readjust a little bit. Good. This right outer hip rotates back and down. Toes are flexed toward you, especially that little pinky toe. Good. The inhale, we may lift up a little bit, find some length. Do your best to flatten the back. The exhale, sink a little further towards the mat. Good. So dynamic stretching too, right? This is active. It's not passive. We're not just like sinking down. We're working the body. Inhale. Exhale. And then finding that balance between effort and ease, right? We don't want to be going as hard as we can all the time, right? But we also don't want to be like soft in the pose. So keeping the integrity of the pose while we breathe and move is important, but not overdoing it. So it's this balance between effort and ease. And constant refinement, right? We can always work to square the hips a little bit more. Sometimes you can feel yourself shift over towards the left, perhaps. Get yourself even. Push this back shin down, back foot down. Good. Keeping the neck long. Good. We'll plant the foot into the ground. We'll shorten our stance a little bit. Take the inhale, reach the arms up, really lengthen upward. On the exhale, hands to the heart, come into the rotation, elbow outside a knee. Keep that knee over the ankle. Start to push the palms together, start to look up and back. Good. Don't forget about the stability in the lower half. Keep that breath going. So I'm throwing a lot of things at you right now, just to be aware of, and this is how we start. You know, we got to start with some mindfulness and start with making these little adjustments, and then over time it becomes easier and easier. The body really loves this practice. It gets used to it and will eventually start to crave it. So I know at times it can be a little uncomfortable. Work through that discomfort. All right? Can we find comfort within the discomfort? It's a big part to this practice. It's challenging. It's good for us, but this is how we grow. Good. Working that breath and keeping the length and focusing that rotation in the rib cage, right? So the lower half is real stable, and then we're working that rotation bit by bit. As we exhale, we can twist a little deeper. Good. that breath moving. Use the space that you have within the breath. Relax the face, relax the eyes and the jaw. Nice job. Go ahead, unwind. Plant the hands into the ground, framing this front foot. Step this back foot up. Forward fold, feet together. Inhale, soften the knees, drop the hips down, reach the arms up all the way, big length. Exhale, hands to the chest. Good, relax the arms down. Nice job, guys. So I do this sequence just about every day. Gets the body ready, gets me connected to the breath, and gets my focus right for the day. So enjoy it. We'll see you guys in the next video.